Hello, darlings. Welcome to another episode of With Moonlight and Monsters. This is Leia, your friendly neighborhood witch, as usual, and this Halloween, we need to have a conversation. Every year, I like to keep up my traditional jack-o'-lantern self-portraiting tradition. But this year, the Pumpkin Patch King, he was successful in his lawsuit against me and successfully got a restraining order. So now I can no longer visit his pumpkin patch and select a delectable, beautiful, delightful, bright pumpkin for my beautiful self-portraits. At the court hearing, apparently the defense, "Why darling, it's Halloween," isn't enough. Something about killing his children, they're just pumpkins. I don't know what he's complaining about, but you know the Pumpkin Patch Kino, he's getting his vines into a bunch. But I digress. So here we are. It's 2020. Everyone in the whole world is adapting. Why can't I? So this year, I'm going to paint a self-portrait. However, what's self-portraiting without a little alcohol? I have here a classic cocktail, or at least in my world, it's a classic cocktail. It's a blood plasma martini with the classic eyeball garnish. Some people like their martini with just blood, but I'm a little extra, so I go for blood plasma. Delicious. Back to self-portraiting. So we're adapting. As I said before, it's 2020 and the whole world is adapting. I can too. I'm not that rigid. So I went down to the Deathly Dollar and I got myself some arts and crafts supplies, and we're going to paint a self-portrait. But because it's Halloween, and usually this is done on a beautiful pumpkin, we're going to do this on a special canvas, a pumpkin canvas, so I can still get my kicks. So I've got my martini here. I've got a little extra garnish because eyeballs are just so delicious. I can't help myself. But let's get into the painting, shall we? Let me put this in a place where it won't drop. So we're going to paint this beautiful, beautiful pumpkin and make it even more extraordinary because this is a self-portrait after all. So, but let's talk paints, shall we? I've got my brushes, all at the Deadly Dollar, and I've got my paints. Now, pro tip, instead of getting 100 million colors, I went and got the basics. Red, yellow, blue. That way I can make any color I want, and there's no question that I will be able to make any color I want. So, there's that. I've got white, because can't really make white, and I've got black because, I mean, do you see all this delightful black? We can't leave out the black. I've gotten the three colors because a witch is on a budget. After all, we do have to watch that pocket. Otherwise, how will we afford the delicious blood plasma for our martinis? I figured we could have a little conversation while we do our self-portraits. I hope you're painting along with me and painting your beautiful faces. Let's talk Halloween. Let's talk about how lovely of a holiday Halloween is and why we should all be celebrating Halloween at this time of year. This is my favorite holiday because every year, all year round, 364 days out of the year, we spend time pretending. We spend time pretending for our obligations, whether it's work, school, a loved one, a career opportunity, to be accepted. There's so many reasons why some of us are pretending, and a lot of us don't even know that we are pretending. We think we're being ourselves, and we wake up one day and we realize that what we're doing isn't really what we want. And that's a problem. So, why do I bring this up? Well, Halloween is the one day where everyone gets to pretend some more. However, I'm convinced that this pretend is actually a little peek into our real selves. For example, you know how a lot of women, a lot of girls, women, both, let's be honest, I was doing this long before I was considered a woman. However, a lot of femmes, we'll put it that way, a lot of femmes will take the opportunity of Halloween to dress like a slut. Now, we could sit here and argue that it's Halloween, it's fine, you know, just because it's Halloween, it's all pretend, it's make-believe, let them do what they want. And I agree, let them do what they want. But I'd be willing to bet that most femmes who dress like a slut on Halloween probably feel that way part of the time, at least the other 364 days. And I think it's really beautiful that they get to let it out at least once a year, if not always. Obviously, it'd be best if we could all always just be exactly who we are. However, I know that society doesn't always allow that. If there's anyone that knows that, it's me. I'm a witch, you know. Witch hunt, all that, you know, I'm very aware that sometimes we must hide in order to live the lives that we have imagined for ourselves. Let me just get my stuff together here. It's getting a little messy, but I have a brilliant idea. Please hold. Alrighty, back to what I was saying. It is getting quite dark, which is unfortunate because there was such beautiful light. Anywho, yes, so I understand, you know, sometimes we just have to pretend to get through the day. And I think that's valid, and I don't think, I wish everybody could just be themselves 24/7, but I understand that's not something everyone can afford, and that's fine. Everyone, to each their own. Everyone will come to be who they want to be in their own due time. But I just think it's so beautiful that on Halloween we could all do what we want, or live out our darkest fantasies, our deepest things that we pretend aren't really us, but it's Halloween, so we get to just play around with it. Do you get what I mean? I hope you do. All right, we're almost done with my beautiful self-portrait here. I just need a little more shadowing. Just a little more shadowing. So when I was a little girl, I dressed up as many things for Halloween. Some not always the most appropriate. However, I was a child and I did not know better, but I know better now. And I do not dress up as those things anymore. Yes, I'm calling myself out. We live and we learn, and I have learned and I will not make that mistake again. I just hope that in 2020 and in the years to come, that more and more people will realize that dressing up is fun, but sometimes we can hurt people with our actions if we're not careful. And I don't think dressing slutty is one of those things. You can always do that. Do that whenever you want, honey. That's just a part of life. That's called sexuality. Oh dear, this portrait is looking very, very good. I cannot wait. I just need this little bit to dry. So for this Halloween, I would really love for you all to remember just to have fun, because I think sometimes it can get a little scary, and I may be a witch, but I don't particularly enjoy being frightened. Don't like it. But everybody's different. If you are the type to not like Halloween just because it's scary, you can still like Halloween. There are those of us who enjoy it despite how scary it is. I think what this painting is missing right now isn't shadowing, but more alcohol. So delightful. There we go, a little more lighting because the sun is going down, and though I am a witch, my melanin just looks better in lighting, let's be honest. So I'm very curious what everyone's gonna be for Halloween this year. I won't be celebrating because Montreal's on lockdown. I mean, I will be celebrating. I just won't be going out to celebrate. I'll be celebrating at home, which is fine. I can watch some movies, pop some popcorn, have some more blood plasma and eyeball martinis. There's so many options. I know some parts of the world, back home in Los Angeles, lots of people are still going out and doing stuff. Good for them. I don't have that luxury right now, but that's all right. All right, darlings, I think we are finished with our painting. How did yours come along? Come on, I'm ready. Let's see. Oh, it's beautiful, but not quite as beautiful as you are. Okay, I'm gonna show you mine. I will give a little explanation. This is the first time I'm painting one. I usually carve it with a knife, you know, gut it, all that good stuff. But you know, the Pumpkin King children, vines in a bunch, whatever. So this is my first attempt, but I hope you will like it. Let's get this here. It's still drying. Isn't it beautiful? Doesn't it look just like me? Well, I think it's lovely. I think yours is lovely. And I just want to say thank you for taking this time to paint with me, and I'm gonna go put this somewhere where I can enjoy it for the rest of the month, maybe a little longer. And a happy Halloween to you. Cheers.